Hi everyone, my name is Junon Macéus. I have a health science background, and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy: How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is about the romantic compatibility between ENTJs and ESFJs. I think that most people have asked themselves the question, who's the best match romantically long term for a person based on certain characteristics? And I think that the MBTI personality types, because we're talking about brain types, is a good starting point. So, what do ENTJs and ESFJs have in common? Obviously, they're both judges. So, these are people who are reliable, reachable, hardworking, structured. So, they will appreciate that about each other. Besides that, they don't have much in common. One aspect, obviously, is that the ENTJ is an intuitive. So these are people who are about the abstract future, whereas the ESFJs, being a central judger, is about the concrete past. The other point is that although the ENTJ is officially an extrovert, but because they are an intuitive, these people have better energy than most sensors. So they are going to behave more like an introvert. So they will need time alone or with a few close friends and family members to recharge. Whereas the ESFJ is your quintessential extrovert. So they really need people around them to increase their energy. Now, the other aspect is that one is a thinker, so the ENTJ, and very much they're very left brain dominant, whereas the ESFJ, if you look at their function stack, they have extroverted feeling as their first function, so they're very right brain dominant. So these are people who really, put emphasis on their relationships, and they tend to fare well in terms of knowing how to create a welcoming environment, whereas the ENTJ, being a thinker, they are rather clumsy when it comes to their romantic relations, so they are not going to be able to meet their emotional needs of the ESFJ. The other aspect is that they have a different relationship style. So the ENTJ, it is the masculine and orderly. So these are people who want ultimately for their relationship effectiveness, whereas the ESFJ wants ultimately for their relationship to feel connected. So they're the type of people who want to talk on a regular basis with the people they care about. They want to stay in contact on a regular basis, and that will not fare well with the ENTJ because they need their space because they're, again, very left brain dominant. The other aspect is they don't have the same theme for their lives. So the ENTJ, it is about knowledge and power, whereas the ESFJ, it is duty and tradition. So there's the people who are really traditional, whereas the ENTJ doesn't mind going against the grain. So that will be a challenge. The other aspect also is that if you look at their function stack, the ENTJ has extroverted thinking as their first function. So they're, again, very logical when they're making decisions. Whereas the ESFJ, their thinking function is their fourth one. So it's the introverted thinking. So when they're interacting, they're not evaluating the situation the same way when they are trying to make a decision. So the other aspect is that their energy is very different. So the ENTJ, being an intuitive, has among the best energies. The ESFJ, being a center judge, has among the lowest energies. So if the ENTJ spends a lot of time with the ESFJ, they will feel tired and they might not know why, because people who have extroverted thinking is at their first or second function stack don't tend to be able to feel subtle energy. So they will feel this drop in energy, but they won't be able to identify the cause. Now, the other challenge has to do with the fact that the ENTJ is not very affectionate or warm, whereas the ESFJ is very much so. So they will feel that their emotional needs, their need for physical affection, will not be met by the ENTJ. So overall, this is a very poor match. I would not encourage people to actually put these two together. So again, besides the fact that they're both judges, there's not much that they can really share. One is a thinker, so very left brain dominant, the ENTJ, whereas the ESFJ is very right brain dominant. They don't have the same relationship style. The ENTJ wants effectiveness, whereas the ESFJ wants to feel connected and bonded with the people they care about. In terms of their logic, the ENTJ very much puts emphasis on that, whereas the ESFJ, if you look at it from time, they put more emphasis on harmony. So they have extroverted feeling as their first function. The energy is very different. The ENTJ has among the best one, the ESFJ among the lowest one. The ENTJ will be more like an introvert. The ESFJ is very much an extrovert, so they need people around them to feel that they feel energized by being around the people, and they're very sort of social that way. So for all these reasons, I would not recommend this pairing. So let me know if you agree or disagree with this romantic compatibility by commenting below. If you like this video, if you learned something, please click on the like button. Also remember to click on the notification bell to be notified of other videos I'm going to be making. Subscribe to my channel, and we will talk soon.